thin ice ends in tragedy for a married couple. She saved, he drowned. And a big goodbye for a big screen theater with a past.
The weekend's coming to a close. I'll have the back-to-work forecast.
News 10 is next.
This is News 10 at 11.
This is very thin. It was only about an inch to a half an inch thick, and it was just not safe to be on.
A leisurely skate on the ice turns into tragedy. Good evening, I'm Tracy Egan. An elderly couple skated onto a lake to take a look at a flock of geese when the ice gave way and the couple fell through. It happened late this afternoon on Kinderhook Lake in Niverville, Columbia County. The pair was out skating, but the ice was too thin. The woman in her mid-60s was pulled from the lake by a resident with a ladder who saw the couple fall through.
Just in case I fell through, at least I extended 20 feet out so I'd have something to hang on to in case I fell through, and to give her something to grab onto. I ended up throwing her a rope and pulling her back in with a rope.
Niverville Fire, Columbia County Sheriffs, and State Police all tried to find the woman's husband. A hovercraft from Averill Park was also brought in for the search, but efforts were unsuccessful. The search for the man was halted early this evening. Crews will be back on the scene in the morning, and the couple's names are not being released tonight. Well, the big national story tonight is, of course, the Super Bowl. A lot of people expected the 49ers to win big, and they did. John Spadafora joins us now with some of the highlights.
I'll tell you, one guy especially thought the 49ers were going to win. A guy in Vegas made a bet, $2.4 million straight up on San Francisco just to win the game, no spread. $300,000 that made him 8-1 on. So, got to be pretty gutsy to do that.
I guess he had to be able to stand the loss of $2.4 million to bet that.
But I bet you he's singing tonight, Tracy.
Yeah.
The San Francisco 49ers made it look easy in Super Bowl 29. They beat the San Diego Chargers to give the NFC an 11th straight Super Bowl win. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Just 1 minute and 24 seconds into the game, Steve Young hit Jerry Rice from 44 yards out. 7-0 Niners. They took a 14-zip lead before Natron Means went airborne for the score. That cut the lead in half, but that was as interesting as it would get. Steve Young swings it to Ricky Waters, who gets into the end zone. He had 3 touchdowns. San Francisco wins it 49-26. I'll be back in about 20 minutes with much more on this game, including reaction, plus the rest of the day in sports.
All right, well, of course, Super Bowl over, but not the excitement. Mechanicville is home to one of San Diego's starting linemen, number 68, Joe Cocozzo. In fact, Mechanicville even made today Joe Cocozzo Day. News 10's Michael McCartel visited Mechanicville tonight to catch some of the excitement.
It's Super Bowl Sunday.
Let's hear it for Joe Cocozzo!
But not in Mechanicville. Here, it's Super Sunday Joe Cocozzo Day.
What, Joe?
In fact, Mayor Tom Higgins even made it official.
City Council had a proclamation a couple of weeks ago dedicating today as Joe Cocozzo Day. Just being on that field, Joe's a winner, and we're all with him 100%.
Joe Cocozzo decorations can be seen throughout Mechanicville. But are fans watching the Super Bowl? Or are they really watching number 68, the starting right guard for the San Diego Chargers?
You watch it with a different point of view. You never really watch linemen, you know, when you're normally watching a game. But when Joe's in the game, you focus on him all the time, and it's a different game.
We hope he'll come back and give us a whole bunch of stories about what he's been going through. You know, maybe the kids can get a little idea of what it's like to be out there.
Here at Cocozzo's aunt's house in Clifton Park, Joe memorabilia adorns the walls. Family members concentrating on the game. Aunt Connie Cocozzo says it's been a tough week.
Just the excitement in my home today and the whole week has been unbelievable. I mean, my dog is even excited.
Although the Chargers were beaten in the Super Bowl, the excitement will still be waiting for Joe when he finally returns home. Michael McCartel, News 10, reporting to you.
Connie Cocozzo says Joe should be back in the capital region by next weekend. The ads we saw in the Super Bowl tonight set a new record. More than 24 advertisers spent a record-setting $1 million to buy a 30-second spot during the game. Among the highlights this year, a Doritos commercial starring Mario Cuomo and former Texas Governor Ann Richards, and of course, the Bud Bowl. Well, if you haven't had your fill of the Super Bowl yet, join us tomorrow for News 10 in the morning.
Super Bowl 29, do you really care?
Our question for the viewers on Monday, how did you spend Super Bowl Sunday? You know that John Guaraldi has a great throwing arm.
Join us Monday. Wake up with us on News 10 in the morning at 6 a.m.
Tom and Bob will take your calls, so be sure to tune in for News 10 in the morning starting at 6 a.m. And Greg joins us to tell us what kind of weather you head back to work in tomorrow.
No problems at all.
Good.
Shouldn't have any slippery roads, lots of sunshine coming in, temperatures moderating just a bit up to where they should be. We've been certainly below normal for the weekend, milder weather coming, and it may be 40 degrees during the day on Tuesday. Here's a look at tomorrow's weather at a glance, and it will show you that we'll have clear skies in the morning, single digits, so it will be a cold start to the day. Sunrise tomorrow at 11 minutes after 7. And by noontime, still lots of sunshine around, up to 22. By later on in the afternoon, as the sun sets, we'll still have mostly clear skies to the low 30s as high temperatures tomorrow. Sunset 6 minutes after 5. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. We'll wrap it up for you. We'll see you then.
Love your forecast. We're going to have to replay them next winter.
I hope so.
So mild. Well, a little later on News 10, fire crews cannot save an area restaurant from a swift burning fire.
News 10 at 11 is brought to you by your local Dodge dealers.
From News 10 and your state lottery headquarters, here are tonight's official winning numbers. Write them down, check your tickets, and keep watching News 10 at 11.
A card store in Columbia County, the scene of an unusual accident this afternoon. It happened at the Country Card Shop in the Valley Plaza in New Lebanon. Apparently, an elderly man was pulling out of a parking spot and thought the car was in reverse when it was in drive. His car jumped a curb, broke through a cement wall, and went right through the front of the store. No one was in the store at the time. However, the owner had left just moments before. The driver was taken to Hillcrest Hospital in Pittsfield. His name and condition are not being released tonight. A popular area restaurant went up in smoke late last night. The Balcony restaurant on Route 155 in Latham burned. The fire broke out just before 11, shortly after the restaurant had closed for the evening.